How my son transformed me from a miserable person to a happy person. 2 years ago, I lost my wife in a car accident as she was driving home after a late shift. We had planned our future together and had a son, Leo, who was only 1 year old at the time. Losing my life partner so suddenly left me lost and devastated. My life felt completely empty. The years that followed were a struggle, not only for myself but for my son. Life as a single dad, with so many responsibilities and hardships, was exhausting. During the holidays, I avoided anything joyful because it only reminded me of the Christmases we used to spend together. But this year, as Christmas came around, Leo was now 3 and full of excitement. He knew what Christmas was, who Santa Claus was, and even kept asking me, "Daddy, do you think Mommy can come back to celebrate Christmas with us?" On Christmas Eve, after I had cleaned the house and put him to bed, I felt drained. Leo was still playing alone with some small toys in his room, and then, all of a sudden, he came over holding a small cloth bag, placed it in my hand, and said, "Daddy, this is your Christmas present." I looked at him in surprise, not knowing when he had managed to prepare a gift for me. I opened the bag and found little handmade cards he'd cut and glued together, a few small pine branches he had picked up somewhere, and some sparkly beads that I didn't even know he had. Leo looked up at me with his bright eyes and said, "I don't have much, but Mommy told me that Christmas is the time to make other people happy. I just want you to be happy." I felt a lump in my throat and couldn't say a word, only able to sit down and hold him close. My little boy made me realize that, despite the absence of a loved one, love and joy can still be found in the simplest things. This Christmas truly meant something to me because of his innocence and pure heart. That night, Leo and I decorated a small Christmas tree with the handmade ornaments he'd created. It was probably the first Christmas Eve in years that I felt warmth and peace, and I knew I had to stay strong, for my son and for the future of us both.